Hi, welcome to ITY Solutions. Today we will start a Devops sample project with HA. So what is HA? In this project we will be creating a high availability setup with monitoring and alerting. So for monitoring and alerting we will use Prometheus and Grafana. Below are some tools and software we will going to include and cover up. Jenkins. Jenkins we will be used for continuous integration. We are using almost Java projects for our this use case, and then Maven is for build, and then Tomcat is for application server. For Ansible we will gonna use for deployment and the automation purpose, and GitHub, yes, we will get our source code from the GitHub. Prometheus, Grafana, Node Exporter and Alert Manager. These are four components which we will gonna use to monitor our setup. And the last but not the least is postfix. With the help of postfix we will be able to send mails. So this is our use case brief. First we will implement continuous integration. So by this what I mean is we will create a Jenkins server, and then we will use the GitHub URL, and then we will write a pipeline code, and I will show the both of it, like pipeline code and the Maven project, both way we will do. So in that after the end of that we will have a war file .war file, and then we will use Ansible in that job as well for the deployment purpose. And from the AWS side we will be using AWS load balancer to distribute the traffic in round robin terminology. Again we will be running the same content on two identical servers to make it high available setup. And yes, one added step is we will be using auto scaling for orchestration purpose. What does it mean? So it means if there is a high CPU consumption on your nodes, then it will automatically add one more server. And the last but not the least is monitoring and alerting using Prometheus and Grafana. So let's start with the basic and the first implementation of continuous integration. So this will be our whole architecture of this application. So initially you can see there is a CI/CD block, then completion of .war file it will give to the Ansible server, and then Ansible server will deploy it to the Tomcat 1 and to the Tomcat 2, and these Tomcat 1 and Tomcat 2 are getting monitored by this auto scaling group, so it will launch more servers if any goes down. So the second part you can see is this continuous deployment, and the first you are seeing is this continuous integration, and below is the stuff which is continuous monitoring. So for this we will be using Prometheus server, and on the left hand side we have different type of exporters. Exporters are nothing but you can consider like it is an agent, and the right hand side there is Alert Manager and Grafana. Grafana is for the data visualization, and Alert Manager is to send the alerts on your mail, on your Slack notification, on your pager duties, or whatever you will configure. So in this setup we will use mail and the Slack notification. To implement this continuous integration we will be using 4 servers, 3 Red Hat servers and 1 Ubuntu servers. Ubuntu is for Prometheus, Node Exporter, Alert Manager, and you can say that the complete monitoring part we will be using. And I have taken all T2.micro servers. So this is a good practice to keep your servers separate in terms of cost as well, because you won't charge for T2 micro, but yes, you will charge for T2 medium. And it's not like that you can create any number of T2 micros. You can only will not get charged for 744 hours per month. So for example, if you are running these 4 servers for 4 to 5 hours a day, then it means it is equal to keep running a one server. So hope you got my point. Okay, so as in the right hand side you can see we need below servers which we will launch by Ansible instead of launching them from AWS console. So yes, first of all, we will need a server, then we will install a Ansible on it. Okay, so let's create a Jenkins server by Ansible Playbook. So jump into here. So first we need a Ansible installation. So initially we don't create any Jenkins server and start writing our Jenkins file. No, we will be installing Ansible first. So for that we must have a AWS server. So let's go to the AWS console, the launch instance, select the Red Hat, click next, add storage. This is enough, but keep in mind that when we will launch a server for Jenkins, then we will use 15 GB, because on that time we will be needed a swap space of 4 to 5 GB. Skip it, select the security group. You can select the default one or you can create the new one. Review and launch. You can select any key, any existing key. I have only one. Launch it. Check the status of this server. Give it a name like okay, demo Ansible new. Just wait for a few seconds. It will take only 15 to 20 seconds, then it will be available and we will be able to log into the server. So let's go to the server, and probably you know how to log in a server. If not, then you can click on I button above and see how you can log in using putty, or if you are using terminal, then you can just simply follow these steps. So you can go to the downloads wherever you have your PEM file. For example, I am my PEM file is in the download location, so I will just press the command ssh-i path of your PEM file, and then the username is EC2-user, and then the IP address. So this is my IP address. It is still not initialized. Just wait for some time. Even without login, you can check is it up or not by telnetting the 22 port. Okay, so you can see that now it is giving connectivity. So you can just run the previous command, and yes, it is asking. Just press yes. It will only ask for the first time. If you just log out and log in again, it won't ask again. Okay, so let's go to the sudo, and now you have to follow these steps. Just copy paste these steps and you will be having your Ansible on this server. So what is the further process is to install Ansible on this server, and then we will write a playbook. That playbook will create a server on the AWS, the server which we created manually, right? So to update my system, then now let's install Python. Done. The next is to get the RPM. Done. Now just install the Ansible. It won't take too much time. That's it. And now we can check the Ansible version. Yes, it's 2.9.10. We need Boto. this is to just connect it with this server with the, you can say that EC2 services of AWS, so that it can create more servers. Okay, so Bota is here. So now we can add an Ansible user with this below command: add user ans admin, and then also we need to also set the password for the same, and type a strong password. Okay, so password for the user ans admin is created. Just open the sudo file, because we have to make this ans admin user as super user. So just go to the end of it, copy this line by pressing YY, go to the root here, just at this line paste that with button P. Okay, so now just remove this and add ans admin. This is our username. ans admin and space. That's it. Save the file and change the property of password authentication from no to yes. VIM not found. We can install it. Yum install vim-y. So vim is basically a file editor. You can create file, open the file, edit file, and write code as well. So let's run the same command again. Go to the end and just check for password authentication. Here it is, and change it to yes. Save it, and now just reload this service. Okay, now to verify that you are able to log in or not, you can go to the terminal here and just run ssh command EC2 ans admin as a username and the IP address. So what was the IP address? You can go here and copy paste again. So just enter the password. Okay, so you are able to log in. So this is done. So this will be used when we have to add like Ansible hosts. Just close this, come back here. That's it. Now we have to move on to our presentation. So this is done. Now what is pending? Okay, Ansible Playbook. We have to write Ansible Playbook. So you can just copy this and paste it. Okay, so we are at location home, no issues. Just write a YAML file. So we can create a new file like EC2.yml. Okay, press I for insert mode and now paste your content. So this is my Ansible Playbook file, which is telling like what is the name. This is launch EC2 server, where to perform operation locally, no any server nodes yet, connection is local, and then key name is the name of the key from which my server will be logged in. Region, where to create the servers. So this is the code for Mumbai region to create the servers. Which instance size should be created? I want t2.micro should be created. From which image? I want a Red Hat image to be used. So you can check this AMI code. So this is basically Red Hat AMI. So if you can see we have just created this server from the Red Hat EMI, right? So we can just search it. You can just see that this is the same AMI ID we used to create this server, we are passing it here. Wait, yes, so there are some scenarios there, it has to be wait and count. You can provide number of servers and now in which VPC subnet it should be. So I have provided a subnet. You can get it from here, like initially you can get it from VPC as a service. Just type VPC, click on it. Go to subnets. Here you can see you have subnets. Okay, so you have different subnets like A, B and C, different region like this zone, and now you have to just you can get any subnet ID. So let's see what I have begun. I have 5E2E, so this one, so it will launch server in zone A. For your just for your knowledge, you can see the C zone. Okay, so C zone does not support T2.micro, so either you have to choose A or either you have to choose B. Don't choose the zone C. And assign public IP, yes. Then save this file and check the syntax for EC2.yaml -- syntax -- check. Okay, it is fine. By removing this and providing -c, you can just give a dry run so that you can check yes, everything will run. Now remove it and hit the enter. It should launch a EC2 server on your AWS cloud in the Mumbai region. Okay, it is failed. Why? Okay, so how this machine should know that they have access to create? Because whenever I go to this server, I have a login screen. With this user, I have to log in. So for this, just go back here, and for this you have to go to IAM service. This is Identity and Access Management Service. Here you have to create a role, and that role should be mapped with your server. So I have a role which name is CLI. So I can show you how to create. So click on create roles and then click on this AWS service EC2 and click next and just provide admin access, administrator access. That's it. Next. Role name is demo-CLI. Create role. So now a CLI role is created. So we will use this demo CLI role with our instance. So where is our instance? We just created is this Ansible instance. Click on action. Click on setting. Attach replace IAM role. Click on it. And now select. You can select demo CLI. Apply. Close it. Go to the playbook and run it again. Before that, let me clear the screen. Now you can see it is taking some time. It's not moving ahead. So just go back here and see is something is in the creating stage or in pending. Yes, the last one you can see this is in the pending stage. So this is the server is getting ready. So this is you can see that when we created this Ansible server, so we just clicked on launch instance and then selected AMI and then selected the storage part and then selected VPC subnet, everything correct. So but now this server will be going to launched without any manual interruption by this a simple playbook. So this is done, it is changed to 1 and nothing failed. Once again we can have a look at EC2.yaml. So this is the simple playbook of few lines you can go through, and if you have any queries you can come back. So this is the server which we will be going to use for demo. So this will be our demo hyphen Jenkins. Okay, so for this we just have 2 servers till now. Don't be confused, let me remove it. Okay, so this we created and installed Ansible, and this we created using Ansible Playbook. So now our Jenkins is just a server is ready. Now we have to set up complete Jenkins on it. So how to install Jenkins and how to configure it, everything we will gonna see in the next video. So till then, be safe, stay at home, and the main thing I have left, and that is please stay tuned and share and subscribe. Thank you once again. Just a brief overview. For the next video we will be creating this CI/CD server, and yes, I will try not to go for manually, we will do it automatically with some automation with the help of Ansible Playbook. Thanks for watching. Please share if it is a good content and subscribe my channel. Thank you.